Hey there, this is Rai from Midnight Deuce. Scarlet Nexus just released recently. I wanted to play an anime action RPG, so when I saw this in the store, I bought it. Anyway, without further ado, let's jump right in and I'll share my first impression of the game. The moment I'm at the start menu, I'm greeted by this nice music that makes me want to listen to it for hours on end. By the way, before playing this game, I've listened to this for 2 hours. One problem before I start the game, I went to the setting first because I have a PlayStation controller and it's showing me Xbox button. But there's no option to change the buttons. I look everywhere and even Google it, but didn't find anything that wouldn't mess up my controllers. Although later Kay sent me a link for it, but I don't want to figure out how to add mods before I've even After I'm done with the settings, I face another problem of choosing which main character I'm gonna play. I like playing melee more than the long range, even though I play in Final Fantasy XIV as a caster main. But I like the girl's background more. Who wouldn't want to be a shonen anime protagonist rival who's always number one at everything, but eventually hit the wall and crumbles. It's pretty interesting to watch someone overcome that wall. It reminds me of Alphino in Final Fantasy XIV. And also, I just like that she loves her sister so much. You know. So yeah, after thinking for a while, I decided to go with a girl. The opening has all of this TV screen. Maybe it's a memory from before the start of the game. I want to know how this guy and the MC girl are related to each other. Why is he waiting for her to find and kill him? Is he the reason why the monster exists? As far as I can see, this place seems like it's in a different dimension. And the red big thing is it like a black hole? Maybe it's some kind of portal to Earth? Let's see. That seems painful. You need to get injected with that to gain the power to defeat the monsters. I'm impressed with our girl MC here for her pain resistance. And by the way, why is everybody other than them wearing helmet? After the cutscene, we go to a qualification test and learn how to fight monsters. I'm recording this so it's sorta lag more than it should, but I want to make the video so I'll try to make it work. It seems smooth in the battle, so dealing with the lag isn't that bad. The tutorial still takes me a while because all the buttons are in Xbox and I don't speak Xbox, so I spend a lot of time running around while trying to figure out which button is which. That's kind of hard to do while the monsters are chasing me. That aside, holy, this girl's power is so OP. I feel like Accelerator, but a girl. I feel badass using these powers and destroying stuff. After doing the tutorial, I walk around this dirty and messy city and talk to everyone that I can talk to. I say dirty because it is. Like, why is there a garbage right in front of this restaurant or store? Oh, and I can also kick this bicycle and garbage around and make the city even messier. And why do they have tons of hologram all over the city? Holograms on the sidewalk, hologram on the shop that says don't go overboard on pulling customers, hologram everywhere, like everywhere I go. Like everywhere. It makes the city feel even messier with all this stuff. Like what's up with this vending machine? Is this supposed to look futuristic? Cause it feels like the opposite. Here's an old vending machine, now stick a hologram on it, voila! Vending machine from the future. But anyway, the settings actually feels like it's set in older Japan instead of the future Japan. The city feels like what people 30 years ago thought futuristic was going to look like. It's super cramped and dirty. Maybe it looked like this in China, but right now in Japan, the city are super clean and sterile. This looked like 30 years ago back when they were dirty but with a bunch of hologram added on top. As for combat, it's super fun. I've only played one other action RPG before, Monster Hunter World last year, so that's the only other game I can compare this to. If I compare it to Monster Hunter World, then in my opinion, this game is easier. In Monster Hunter World, some monster took me a long time to defeat them, especially when I tried a new weapon that I wasn't used to yet. But just because this game is easier than Monster Hunter World doesn't mean it's not fun. This game is hella fun. Want to feel like an OP anime MC that throws cards, vending machine, and lampole at the enemy? Then this game is for you. It feels so good. As I said before, this is the only second RPG that I've played, so I think even those who aren't good at action RPG will have fun with this game too. As for the story of the game, I like it and I want to know more about it. Right now, I'm writing this around the end of Phase 2. Since this is the first impression, I don't want to start talking about the story and spoil it to you guys. So, all I'm gonna say is that some part of me want to pair the MC with each other as love interests. At first, I wanted to be Kasane and her sister, but the vibe that the MC give each other just makes me want to pair them. So, I'll be looking for fan-made mangas or fan fiction for this, cause I feel like there's no way there will be any romance happening in the game. So, for the time being, I'll let my imagination run for now. Ciao!